excited. I mean, I thought we struggled for a little while, but young fellas came through, and it was a great season, a great finish to a season, and they fell down a little bit and played hard to get it back, and 27-0. That's all I can say about these young fellas.
Was finishing it unbeaten something you guys talked about?
It wasn't a let's go undefeated in the beginning, but once it got rolling and we beat some tough teams, it was you got to stay undefeated. You can't and that became the goal. So winning the city championship, winning the state championship was the initial goal, but staying undefeated came along later, and once they stuck to it, we prevailed.
Any of the players, this whole undefeated thing, did it add any extra pressure to you guys? You're the last unbeaten team.
No pressure. Every game we go, we take it in as just one game. We don't look forward to anything. When we won the city championship, and our next focus was winning the state championship. So we don't look beyond what we're trying to do.
Hey, Tim, talk about it, man. You had 13 in the first half, then you come back. And that early in the fourth quarter, you hit that big three. When they was up 2, you come back, hit that big three. How did that help start that run, that big fourth quarter?
It was a mental thing. Like yesterday, I had one of the worst games of my season ever, and I got a lot of motivational texts from some of the players on the team and my coaches, and they just told me, stay strong and just be confident with my shot. So today, like you said, I was confident. I think I went like 100% on the three. So I was just confident throughout the whole game, just letting it fly.
Tim, when you were kind of out with foul trouble in the third for a while, and came out in the fourth and just hit the 1-3 right away, did you come in with the idea that you were going to make a play?
I didn't have the idea. It was just playing the game of basketball. My mind wasn't on shooting another 3, so I think Blair swung it to me, and I was wide open, so I knocked it down.
Coach, it's rare to have this many seniors on one squad. Have they made it a lot easier for you this year? Have you gotten to the point where they can kind of do some of the coaching on the floor for you?
No. The reason that we had so many seniors, we talk family, and a lot of the guys have been in the program for 4 years, and my JV, I had some kids on junior varsity that actually could have played varsity, but we prevailed and won the city championship, so the plan worked. I wanted to keep those kids together, keep them active in the program. They're not the best basketball players, but they're great young men, and they're brothers to these young men. And it was better to keep my seniors together than to break them up for basketball reason. And it just happened we had a great season along with them being there. So I've never had 10 seniors on the team as long as I've been coaching. It was a tough senior day, a very expensive senior day for me.
Kamal, talk a little bit about the fourth quarter late, attacking the basket and get some real key baskets. And what was that fourth quarter like?
Well, the fourth quarter for us is always our strongest. We don't come out great in the third quarter. That's our downfall. And the fourth quarter is when we pick it up. My team had my back. I wasn't on today. Happens to the best. They had my back. They believed in me. I believed in them. And we just worked with each other. And everything else is.
Amar, how's it feel to see that right there next to you?
Man, it's amazing. Honestly, I'm really laid back right now. I don't even think it hit me yet. I'm a little in shock. I know later's gonna hit me, and I'm gonna go crazy.
Amar, you had a big game too. 15 points, 15 rebounds. Just talk about the kind of advantage that you had inside today. Crashing the boards.
I just came out today thinking I'm gonna just go get it. And then they were killing us on the rebounds early, so I made a mental decision. I told my teammates, Juwan and John, every rebound has to be ours in the fourth quarter, every single one. I didn't give them any rebound. I wanted to get every rebound.
And the seniors, right there, last couple seconds of the game, you get subbed out. Talk about just that feeling, last game of your high school career, watching it from the bench, just feeling.
Feels like
It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling coming out the game. Watching the clock run off. It's a great feeling. It's our last year, and everybody's dream, I'm pretty sure, is to go undefeated or at least win the championship. We have 2 of them on our plate, and it couldn't be any better.
You guys, for the players, just talk about, and I remember when practice I came out and did the pictures and everything, and I was like, wow, there's so much pressure on you guys. There was so much expectation. Really from, I guess, since the Milford loss last year, because everyone knew you guys were going to be very good. I mean, just talk about just the blessing and the curse of expectations.
like you said, it's a blessing and a curse. You know, everywhere you go, people saying, "Oh, like y'all supposed to be this, y'all lose a game, y'all phony, anything like that." We really just focus on playing for each other. Once you like all that noise, once you X all that noise out and just focus on your family, your circle, and everyone that you're playing for, all that other outside pressure doesn't mean anything.
Just like you said, like last year when we lost to Memphis, it was one of the worst feelings ever. Like I didn't want to do anything. Like I had to start AAU season the next day, and I just wasn't right mentally. So I didn't want to feel that feeling again, basically. So just came out and gave it our all, and we wound up finishing real big.
Any disappointment that it wasn't Milford Mill on the other side of the court?
No, it wasn't. It's not a disappointment. Everybody was talking about how Milford had an easy ride and Milford's supposed to play us in the championship, but you can't overlook anything. You got to play each team with the same intensity every time you step on the court. So when we found out we wasn't playing Milford, we just had to play hard because we never played this team and we knew very little about them. So just got to play them hard with a lot of intensity.
What impressed you most about Westlake? Anybody can answer that.
What's that?
What impressed you most about Westlake?
They play hard. They are a hustle team. I feel as though that impressed me the most, given that they probably one of the toughest teams we done played this year as far as hustle goes. So I was impressed with their hustle.
Down by one, going into the fourth quarter. I mean, what is the huddle like? Take us through that huddle.
The huddle is calm. We never lose our composure. We know we're going to execute. We prepare for it. Coaches helped us prepare for it, and we know what to do when we out there.
Timmy, third quarter, Westlake wins 18-9. Fourth quarter, you guys come back and win 18-5. What was the difference? What did Coach say that got you guys back into a fourth quarter?
Just like Kamal just said, it's about keeping our composure. We've been down before. We've been in situations just like this. So it's just keeping our composure, going out there and playing. Since we know we're down, we got to pick it up more and just stay calm. Don't pay attention to anything else like the crowds or fans. Just keep our mind on the game.
Coach Wade, just talk about getting through the City League. You had a physical battle with Emerson, two great battles with Lake Clifton. Harrison, made it to the state semifinals in 2A. I mean, just talk about the City League and how it prepared you for these last two games.
I've always said that Baltimore City conference play is one of the toughest conferences. We go at it, tooth and nail, day in and day out. Anybody can take it, and those tests early helped us get through the playoffs. I mean, you play in a hostile environment in Edmonton, you play in a hostile environment in Lake Clifton, and then when Baltimore City comes together in Morgan for a City Lake Clifton championship game, it's a great environment for the kids to play in front of. You learn from it. It's the stage isn't too big. You lose those jitters. So when you get here, you've been there before, and that helped us a lot finishing out.
Coach, how's it feel to join your dad as far as coaching a perfect season? It's quite an accomplishment.
It's definitely an accomplishment. I have something that my father doesn't. He doesn't have a state championship.
Talk about your relationship a little bit with your dad. I mean, your dad is a legend in Baltimore, and I know that your dad's been kind of, you guys, your own person. You want to be your own person. What does this mean to you personally?
My father's my idol. I mean, like most young men don't have a father to idolize. I have a father. I have an idol. We happen to have the same last name. I got into this because of what I saw him do as a coach. To join a legacy of undefeated and all that, I mean, that's fine, but to see these three go off and go to school and call me later and say, Coach, I miss you, that's more to me than any of this. So, that's bigger. That's bigger to me than any of this. I mean, I'm proud, I'm happy, but these guys, all my guys, even I got guys that played for me at City back in '95 that I'm still in touch with. I'm reading texts in the locker room. They said they're here. They crying for me. That's more important to me than the game itself. The relationships that I build with young men, and to see these young men, become men and bring their children to see me. That's more important. I got 24 years in this game now, and because of my father. So it's what it is. But I have become Daryl Wade. I'm no longer Bob Wade's son. People respect me as a coach, and that's all I wanted. And I earned that. Nobody gave that to me. I earned that. Just like these guys earned that 27-0 season. They earned it. Nobody gave it to them. We played a heck of a schedule. We played basketball day in and day out, and they finished strong. So.
Coach, you took that time out with 3:45 left in the fourth, and came out, the possession was really slow. It took almost 2 minutes and ended up finishing on that backdoor cut. What did you tell your kids during that timeout? What was the focus to slow down that next possession?
Game plan was patience. I thought we got away from it, and everybody was screaming boo. You know, we weren't holding the ball. We were working opportunity. We didn't need a jump shot. We win the bonus, and patience paid off, and we got a layup out of the offense. We just talked about staying patient, trying to finish, and that was our motto today as well. Finish the season. 26-1 wouldn't have been any good. We'd have been short of state. We'd have been a game short of making history, and we finished. And that's what we did with that backdoor cut.
You've been around city basketball as a player and as a coach. Where does this team rank among, the greats you've seen over the last 2 to 3 decades?
This team, I'm not going to say we're the most talented of the teams that have been undefeated, but because we're such a strong family, it helped us finish the season the way we finished, 27-0. I mean, these kids, they hang out day and night together. Actually, sometimes I tell them they talk like a bunch of cackling girls when they're together, but they're so close. They're so close. I mean, we have a group text that we all in on, and it's not just about basketball. If something funny happens, we put it on there, and it's a family, and that helped them become a good basketball team. I mean, the Douglas team with Gerald Brown and Tyler Smith, those kids were big-time Division I players. We have good ball players, but we don't have big-time players. We just play together well. And with that teamwork and that family atmosphere, we were able to finish. Is it?
Well done, man.
Thanks.